Hello students, today we will study about kingdom Animalia. So let us study about kingdom Animalia. There are few terms that are related with the animals before starting various phylum. So we have very first is the levels of organization. So the first one is cellular level. Okay, as we are starting from the initial, so very simple organisms that are poriferans, they contain only cells. The body is made up of cells only. The cells doesn't join to form the tissues, they doesn't group to form the tissues. So the organisms like poriferans, example is sponge, they include only cells. Second is tissue level of body organization. When the cells join or group to form tissues. The example is Cnidaria or Coelenterata. They are grouped to form the tissues. So the organ system level of organization is tissues. The third level is organ system level of body organization, which is present in higher organisms. In these organisms, they contain organs. The tissues group to form the organs. Okay. Talking about the circulatory system is of open type or closed type. In the open type of circulatory system, blood vessels are absent. The blood flows in sinuses. And in closed type of circulatory system, which is present in higher organisms, we have blood vessels for the flow of the blood. Second, the next one is symmetry. Okay, now as you know that the organism bear different type of symmetry. So very first is a asymmetrical. Those which doesn't bear any symmetry, they are said to be asymmetrical organisms like sponges. Okay, poriferans. Then we have radial symmetry, when the body of an organism can be divided into two halves, two equal halves from any plane. Okay, then that is said to be radial symmetry. It is present in coelenterates and platyhelminthes. Then we have bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry, in this symmetry, body is divided into two equal halves through one plane only. Okay, for example, all the higher organisms bear bilateral symmetry. Diploblastic and triploblastic organization. These are the basic germ layers, which are embryonic layers present in the organisms at the embryonic stage. So in diploblastic organisms, there are two germ layers like ectoderm, endoderm. These are ectoderm, endoderm. And in other organisms which are triploblastic, they bear three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Then we have coelom. Coelom is said to be body cavity. Body cavity which is lined by mesoderm, that is said to be true coelom. Now what do you mean by this coelom? It is defined as a body cavity in between the gut wall or the body wall. So the organism in which coelom is present, they are said to be coelomates. In which it is absent, they are said to be acoelomates. And there are certain organisms in which this coelom is present in the form of patches. The mesodermal layer is present in the form of patches in between ectoderm and endoderm. So such an organism are said to be pseudocoelomates. Then we have segmentation. In certain organisms, the body is divided into various segments. Such segments are termed as metamers. Okay, body is internally and externally divided into segments that are termed as annuli, and this phenomena, or this term, the terminology that is given to it is metamerism, and the annuli or the segments are metamers. There are certain organisms which be a notochord, they are said to be chordates. Those which do not be a notochord, they are said to be non-chordates. So here we are having a flowchart in which it is depicted that the animalia, on the basis of level of organization, radial symmetry or bilateral symmetry, presence of coelom or absence of coelom, is divided into various 10 different phylum. Phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, phylum Ctenophora. Then we have Platyhelminthes, Nematyhelminthes, Nematoda, Mollusca, Annelida, Arthropoda, Echinodermata, and Chordata. So these are the 10 different phylum of kingdom Animalia. Now let us start kingdom Animalia with phylum Porifera. The members of this phylum are commonly known as sponges, as it bears spores over its body like a sponge, so they are termed as sponges. Mostly they are marine, they are found in water, they are asymmetrical, and cellular level of body organization is present. They are diploblastic, that means two germ layers are present. They have water transport or canal system. The water enters into the body through the minute pores. They bear ostia, and through the ostia the water enter into the body. It leads to the central cavity, that is spongiocele cavity. Then it goes out through the osculum. All the processes, life processes, nutrition, respiration and excretion, that is performed by this water transport system or by the single cell. Skeleton is made up of spicules. Spicules are the small structures. Okay, these are the fine we can say needle-like structures present over its body. Eggs and sperms are produced by the same organism, so they are said to be hermaphrodite. The fertilization is internal and the development is indirect. So examples of this is cycone, spongilla, euspongia. These are the examples. Here we have some images of this Porifera, kingdom Porifera, that is cycone, euspongia, spongilla. These are sessile or sedentary organisms. That means these are fixed. The next we have phylum Cnidaria or coelentrates. The very common example of this one is Hydra. They are again aquatic, mostly marine, sessile, that means fixed. Some are free swimming, some are able to move, and the radial symmetry is present in them. They exhibit tissue level of body organization, diploblastic, and coelomates. Coelom is present with a single opening. They show two different forms, life forms, that is polyp and medusa. They show alteration of generation, that means one form can be interchangeable into the another form. The polyp develops by asexual reproduction, medusa by sexual reproduction. Polyp is sessile in the fixed cylindrical forms. Example is Hydra. Medusa is free swimming and umbrella-like structure. Example is Aurelia and jellyfish. Some cnidarians possess both the forms, that is Obelia. Here we have the structure of polyp and medusa. Okay, the polyp form like a hydra bear tentacles. It bear mouth, that is a coelenteron cavity it bears. Okay, and the medusa form, it produces gonads. It is umbrella like. Next we have phylum Ctenophora. The phylum Ctenophora, earlier it is included in Cnidaria, but later on it has been given a name due to this unique appearance, that is comb jelly. They seems to be like the comb jellies, and they are also known as sea walnuts. Sea walnuts. Exclusively they are marine, diploblastic, that means two germ layers are present, radial symmetry, that is divided from any plane into two equal halves. Tissue level of body organization is present. Its body, the ctenophore's body bear 8 ciliated comb plates which help in locomotion. They bear 8 ciliated comb plates which help in locomotion. Okay, the 8 ciliated comb plates these ctenophores bear, they help in locomotion, and the unique phenomena they exhibit, that is bioluminescence. The unique phenomena that is exhibited by them is bioluminescence. What do you mean by bioluminescence? It is a property to emit light. They are hermaphrodite, fertilization is external. An example is Ctenoplana. The next we have Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes are flat worms. Body is dorso-ventrally flat, bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic, acoelomates with organ system level of body organization. The common forms are hooks and suckers. They have flame cells for excretion. Fertilization is internal, development is indirect, and usually they are hermaphrodite. What do we mean by hermaphrodite? This term means that they are bisexual. They bear both the sexes in a single individual. Example is Planaria, Fasciola, Tinea. In the end, we have Eschelminthus. These are known as roundworms due to their round body. They are parasitic usually, bilateral symmetry, triploblastic, and the unique feature of this phylum is they are pseudocoelomates. What do you mean by pseudocoelomates? The coelom is present in the form of patches. Alimentary canal is complete with the muscular pharynx. They are dioecious. That means unisexual. Male and female are different, and the females are larger than male. Example is Ascaris, Switcheria, and Cyclostoma.